hello and welcome to We Love Pinball. Today we have a great special here on this channel. I want to find the ultimate pinball tier list and I had a lot of special guests here. First, Andrew Bentley here. You can see it here. And Rebecca from Fliptronic. Thank you very much that you are here. Then we have this one, Hubchallenge here. Well, hello and welcome. Then Hot Nudge Anna. Hello. Nice to see you. Thank you very much that you are here. Then you know it. I rate a lot of times to him. Johnnydemonicpdx. Hello.
Hey guys.
And here's Warlock here. Hello. Nice to see you.
Yo,
and thank you very much that you're here.
But I will fix that.
And Codland. Hello. Hello. Nice to see you. We made this stream earlier again with my German friends, and now we search the best pinball tier list here now for my American friends. And we Monster Bash, Centaur, and Elvira 3 was here. And this is the only 3 pinball machines we set on S tier. So let's go. Here is the Pinside Top 100 list from several people, Medieval Madness, Jurassic Park, and so on. You know all this, but now here comes the best tier list here, the best top 100. I ask you guys and girls, we start with the ACDC. Where did you set the ACDC from S to F? What does you think about the ACDC? Let's discuss.
Gotta love some Steve Ritchie.
Steve Ritchie.
Premium. Do we got a lower playfield or just a regular?
I say premium because I don't like the Pro. The Pro is okay. As I said, the mini playfield isn't as good as many people think, but I don't like to play the normal Pro, especially the first Pro, without the bell who's shaking.
Oh yeah, good point.
But is it the vaulted one where you don't have Angus's face staring at you intently?
I like Angus's face. What do you have? You don't like Angus?
I like his face too.
Yeah.
It just, the eyes follow you across the room. I'm convinced it's
yeah, the eyes is following when you step into the room. Well,
can I just ask a real quick question, just as a baseline? Like, this is for everybody. Like, how much do you base your opinion on a table about the theme versus the gameplay? Like, does the theme not count at all, or is it all? You know what I mean? Like where's the happy medium there?
I feel like we need to do an overall.
Yeah.
Like we need to just take the whole package here.
Yeah.
But if you're a fan from ACDC,
the theme is probably gonna weigh in for different ratings. Like if I was a huge ACDC fan, I would probably rate the table higher than if I really didn't care about the music. But you know, for a music pin, it would be hard to disconnect, especially if the music is part of gameplay, like it is for ACDC. It would be hard to disconnect it from like, oh well, you know, let's just do it on the game alone. For games like Kiss, where the music isn't really as
likable.
I guess. I mean, I guess I qualify that because I love the game Kiss.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't care about the band so much. So, I'm just trying to figure out a way where I can say I love Kiss without saying I love Kiss. You know.
Strutter.
You love kissing, but not kiss.
Right.
Yeah, I think if you're a fan from ACDC, this guy will say, S tier, yeah. But if you like Gummiboot, then
how you rank it, you know what I mean, or like how you weight it, rather.
Right.
We ranked it earlier before. You must rank it now. We had the German tier list. Now we have the American tier list.
Well,
good point.
So before,
I'm going with B. I think that's a good place.
I think C.
You think C?
Yeah.
I would say smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
It's not bad. It's not awesome.
Well, so you weigh the pros and cons. It's got really great flow, but the out lanes are really hard to see. It can be really difficult to see where the ball is moving around.
Exactly.
Right ramp,
and the
especially
cannon is a cool idea, but it totally makes it so you can't see anything of what's happening in the in and out lanes. And You know, you put a really
That's
cool
my problem with
basher
it,
right
too.
in the center, which is super awesome, but it's a bell, so
We don't know
it
games,
just shoots your ball right straight down the middle. It's got its moments, but if you're to play it in like a competition, you're probably going for quote safe shots. So it's just ramps all day. So I would say middle C.
Yeah.
I think it's fun if I see it out in the world. I'm like, oh hey, I like this. But if I saw it in a competition or at a tournament, I'd just be like, ooh, what's gonna happen? You know?
We had ACDC in a lot of tournaments. And there was a Vault edition, and it was nasty, and it was mean, and nobody wanted to play it. But also, I would put it in the middle because we were fine. Jordan accidentally won it in an auction, and I was like, okay, this is fine.
Accidentally.
Accidentally, it happens.
He's the fun.
We just tripped and fell on a pinball machine today.
Just tripped and fell.
No big deal.
Tripped and fell on the bid button. No, honestly, it was really low. It was a really low bid. So he was like, yeah, sure, we'll see what happens. Like, click, like, why not? And then it was like, oh, nope, that was the highest bid. Congratulations.
Oh my God.
And that's how we had an ACDC for a week. And it was fun for a week. And then we traded it immediately. So, middle.
Yeah.
C tier.
C.
Let's go
All right.
C.
See.
C.
C, yeah.
C.
I think we're on the same page.
The chat means D or E, but C. The chat can also
wow,
discuss
D.
with us, of course. Write the tier in the chat so you can discuss with us. Okay, next band, Aerosmith. The man with the great mouth.
F.
Yeah, hard pass on that one.
Okay, I have an Aerosmith, but
One up. Aerosmith.
D. I
I
agree. D.
It's a lot of draw, and it's really fun to play. Like, it might not be the most complex game in the entire world, but it is really fun, and I do like to play it on location. We knocked around the idea. There was one for cheap. We almost got one, but we were like, we can't stream this. We're gonna get nailed every single time we play it. And you're like, we'll pass. But
see, I have one.
Favorite machine.
Yeah, like I have one, and and like I would say for me it would go in the C category only because it's fun and simple, and it also is like one of the last machines that actually has like some wild pinball magic with the toy box.
I mean that was
Yeah.
what I was going to say.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking about the Aerosmith
like,
that has the toy box pop, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I mean,
like those
that's
that shot. Yeah, like that saucer shot kind of sucks, but like because it doesn't really do anything if the ball lock is not lit. But the thing is, for beginner players, for people to just go up and be able to like get a multi-ball right away, like I don't know, that attracts people to pinball. So that's why I would say it would be in the middle, because it's not a crazy player's game, but it's not like, you know, not attractive to regular people. You know?
Yeah.
This is the toy box.
I could go with D.
No.
I agree with the
No
D.
good.
I
No
agree with
good.
the D assessment. And here's
Toy box.
here's the one thing that frustrates me. So when they released new code after the first iteration of Aerosmith, that really evened out the scoring quite a bit, because there was this, you know, when it first came out, everyone was going for the same, you know, same old song and dance. The scoring was insane. You get like crazy millions off of this weird target score mode. But I feel like a jerk saying this, but the animation for me really, really detracts me from this game. And
we
it
just compared it to Homestar,
it feels
right?
so dated. It feels so like 90s action script slash
100%.
animation that I did when I in the early aughts when I was in like college. I appreciate that they've moved. You know, a lot of the music pins have moved towards a slightly different, you know, like using a little bit of concert footage or things like that. I don't know. I mean, they tried something, and I don't think it was as successful as it could be. I don't think it really showed Dirty Donnie's art in a great way.
So,
and that
I don't know, man. I don't know that. Like, I think those animations are awesome.
I like
because
them
it's
too,
so
actually.
It's so 70s. Like if that machine would come out like in an era of like Dazed and Confused, like that.
I feel like they
machine
didn't
would
go
be
far
amazing.
enough
And-
though. It feels 90s
But-
dated to me and not
That-
70s. Like it's not like a Peter Max feel to it at all. It's like
Well, no,
it
but
needed
I mean,
more-
you're not
it
going to
needed
get
more
that.
psychedelia if you wanted it to be like a 70s.
I
I don't know.
But see, I don't know. Like, I came into
Maybe I
this
just don't
hobby
like
in
dude looks
2017.
like a lady. I just hate that song. So
Yeah, I mean, but, like, I came in.
emotion when I play.
When I came into this hobby, like that was one of the first machines I got to play because it was all over Pinfest because I went to Pinfest and that was like wild. And I played that game. I'm like, yo, this game is so wild. What like I was blown away by it as a beginner player. Because I was just like, oh, dude, I'm 70s. I got the haircut. Like this is awesome.
The Comic Sans
So-
fonts from
See, we're
Aerosmith.
saving it from an F rating, you guys. We're saving it from an F rating.
Yeah.
we're bringing it up. We're bringing it
D
up.
is good.
I'm fine with D.
I think D.
D.
it's
Yeah.
It is
yeah.
a fun
D's
game
going.
to play, and you know you don't have to be a super Aerosmith fan to like the game. There's things to do. There's the multi-balls are super fun. You're right. The toy box when they come pouring out of the toy box is like a very unique thing that makes it super fun. That's very impressive as a new pinball player to be like, oh my god, I can't believe the ball! Like when it actually makes it into the toy box, when it like shoots it in there, it's really cool.
There was a second toy box. Don't forget Indiana Jones from Stern. Then you have in German it calls Bundeslade, where the balls comes out from the
the
thing.
arc, like
the arc. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the
The
same.
only good thing about that game.
Aerosmith is a better game than the Stern Indiana Jones, so
You can
we gotta
debate
think
a
about
whole.
what would be an F, and then be like, it's not
Yeah.
that bad. So
You can debate a whole bunch of the principles, but I think that the toy box is really what's saving everything right now.
it really is. As much as I'm terrified of those clowns that come out of toy boxes, like the
Back in the box.
No, thank you, no, thank you. Yes.
Aerosmith stays in D. Stays in D is locked. Next one, Alien. I never played the Alien. It's your turn.
Oh,
I haven't played that one
I
either.
need to play Alien.
Who else played that one? I
You played-
I played it.
Up, you know we've talked about this.
Okay, the guys who played now talk, please.
Yeah.
I mean, team integration wise, layout, that kind of stuff, it was really fantastic. It was really, really fun to play, especially if you're a fan of Alien and that kind of thing. And they did a lot of really fun, innovative stuff. Like they had the DMD, they had a DMD in the play field.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun.
Was
to
the
do that.
big thing. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have to look up. And it's like as a player, you're used to kind of popping up and down your field of vision to kind of see where you're at, and like to be able to be looking at the playfield and see everything that's going on. That was really cool. And the way the ball lock with the queen where it kind of like sucks it into her mouth, so cool. I mean, the only thing that I would say that detracts from Alien is that it's not as reliable to be able to play. It broke constantly, to be honest.
Yeah, it never worked.
They had it at the bar that we had. We always wanted to play it. Was never working. And so I feel like that really detracts from its rating because we talk about artwork, we talk about play and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like if you can't get 5 games out of it without it busting, that's going to take away from its rating. But it's super cool. You pick like between Alien and Aliens, where you've got like Bill Paxton call outs and things, or you can do like old school like first Alien. It's super cool. And like the face hugger art, on the slings is super. I mean, everything about it was super cool.
Egg, pop bumpers.
And I want to play it more. I just wish that it just worked.
Yeah. And I think operators
what I didn't like
on the
about
floor
it,
too, because the company went under, and so something broke in those custom parts.
That was
and
literally what I was going to say.
So that means no new code, and the code was problematic too. It would just the code would crash a lot.
Right,
true,
it was like a weird bug where you're like,
Yeah.
why did I get all those points when I shouldn't have? And then it was like, oh, your game's over now.
Yeah, like what I didn't like about it was so super dark because I played it a lot at Logan Arcade. When I would go on tour, I'd just go to Logan Arcade and I would play that when they had it. I don't know if they have it anymore, but it was super dark. I couldn't see the ball, and then I didn't know what to do. Like every time I was looking to do something, I didn't know where to start the mode. I didn't like though I was kind of newer at playing pinball back then, it was still, I had no idea what to do. It felt like the game was just on idle.
Yeah.
And I was just shooting around.
It definitely has UI issues, or is it, or UX? What? I don't know which.
Use something.
Use something. User.
Hello, Niklas.
Tell me
Hello.
what to do.
Issues.
Tell me what to do.
Stefan, check this. Hello.
But it did have those siren lights on top. I don't know if that was with every model or just the LE, but yeah, it had that. And then the art, I think, was fantastic. And I think if, like, on the sides, I think the alien logo would light up, if I remember right. Like, I think they had lights in the lower cabinet that would light up the sides.
Our location. So I played it at Logan as well because we're from Chicago. So you know, maybe Logan was one of the only places that you could actually play an alien on location when it worked.
We had one in Pittsburgh, but it was broken constantly. Like I think I only saw it on one time.
Constantly broken.
So I feel like, so let's get back to the ratings. I feel like we should probably rate it as a C, just because everything about it comes together really well. But if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work.
Well,
if it doesn't work, then
if you can't play it, then that takes a lot out.
When it doesn't work, then F.
No, I would give
or I would give it a B almost. I thought, you know, theme integration was great. If they had, you know, developers putting out new code, I think they really could have improved a lot of the things that we're complaining about. But
yeah, that's true. That's true. And you know, and they took some major risks with it. I think there's some really cool. I like to. I mean, I don't know if this is a rewarding anything because it's just a ranking of us, you know, and our own personal thing, but. I like to reward designers that take risks, even if it didn't work out.
And can I just piggyback on that just real quick? So I and Hup knows that I play, like, I'm more of a virtual player. I play a lot of virtual pin. I play a lot of FX3. So I really love when there are meldings of things that are not generally standard on IRL tables. That's what I like about virtual pin. So when an IRL table takes risks that are not normal to a standard IRL, I think that that's a really, really ballsy move. But I do think at the same time,
Stefan,
you have to be able to compensate in real life for you know, problems that might arise. So if the company goes under and can't update the code, or if the machine is going down all the time, then that's kind of the tightrope that you walk. You know what I mean? Because when I play virtual, I don't have to worry about any of that.
See, the alien machine, I wouldn't even put in the C category just because it's incomplete. It's not like, to me, it's really a real game because there's like 5 of them out in the wild. And they never work.
That's very valid.
So a good idea, but the technique is a little bit problematic.
I think we got a lot of D's.
I would put it in the E.
Yeah.
I would put it in the E because at least Aerosmith works.
Okay, where is the tier? C, D, or E? Let's vote here.
E.
I'd go with D.
Yeah, I think
I'll do a D. Yeah.
D. Okay, stay at D.
All right.
Now, attack from
You could have been
Mars.
a contender, aliens. Come on.
I wish it was. I wish it was what it should have been.
More aliens.
Yeah.
Attack from Mars.
More aliens.
Come on,
There we
that's a
go.
solid A. We don't even need to talk about
I'm going with solid A on that too.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Talk about that. S.
S. Who said S? Who said S?
Wait,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Attack from Mars?
What game are we talking about?
Attack from Mars.
What's S?
Attack from Mars.
Attack from Mars is special.
Okay.
Super.
Classic.
It's the best game ever besides Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, all right.
Take Cliff.
Wow.
Kappa.
I think that it's one of those games that's invincible to criticism. You know, no one's ever going to say, "Oh, it's a C or D or F." You know,
There really isn't anything.
There's nothing
there
wrong
really
with
isn't
it.
anything. Yeah, you really can't think of anything that makes it. You know, it's campy. It's a unique theme. It's got a great multi-ball. It's challenging.
What about that flipper hop though? There's always that flipper hop.
Anna's got one that's got a little flipper hop.
Many of them have flipper hops,
and that's like the only like little like nitpick. It sounds ridiculous to be like, well, it might be an A because it's got a flipper hop.
But that's sync the chat.
You just need to do some mods, a little
New Mexico
alien
Pinballs, thank you very much for the follow.
But then
it's got
everything for every skill level. You know, if you've never played pinball before, you step up, you're impressed. You've got these little aliens that jump at you sometimes. You can bash that awesome saucer, and it's so satisfying to have it like, you know, and you know, thankfully they. Steve Ritchie saw how cool that was and put that Enterprise in Stern Star Trek. That's just so satisfying to see it like. And the multi-ball is fun, but then as a seasoned player, you know, the challenges are hard. You know, I feel like you can be a very good player and still find the game challenging, and then. You know, you do super awesome on the game and you get to be named ruler of the universe. Like, okay, that's pretty cool too.
And the call-outs are great, and the music is great. It's
got Easter eggs. It's got the hidden cow stuff in there.
Yeah, the cow
pool.
It's great.
Dirty pool.
Like calling back to other games. It's like
let's bring it to an
S. It's like the high point and the heyday of like classic pinball, like when pinball was so great. You know, it was just when they were firing on all cylinders. You know.
Yeah, I have a suggestion we can make here to make this a little easier. What if we define what S, A, B, C, D, E, F means, and then it'll be easier to categorize?
You're not gonna because there's no way to do that though.
Yeah, it's
like S is you buy it, never sell it.
S is one of the best pinball machines you had.
I would do that with a lot.
It must be the best pinball machines you had.
I would never sell anything.
But like,
do we have infinite money?
F is like turn the game off when you're on location, so no one else
set it on fire.
So here's
set on fire because it's cold.
But the definition is if you have all these games in a room, which is the one that you're going to go up to first, like consistently? What's the one you're going to play the most? I feel like would be S. Or like, you know, what's the game that no matter where you are, if you're in a dive bar or if you're at Pinburg, you're going to be like, well, that game's the best in this room, you know? I feel like those would be the S's.
That's the S's. Yeah, one of the best games, you know.
And D, you would play it if it was the only game.
Too, you know, like theme integration, music, art, sound package, layout, and code. In my mind, those are the main parameters.
That was great. Johnny, that was great.
I mean,
make
good
us
call,
really
but
pro about our like we like it.
That's it. Well, but at the end of the day, it's gut though. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's gut. Like that's why when I heard Attack from Mars, I'm like, it's gut. Yeah, S. You know what I mean? Like, we can go through all of the reasons why, but it's gut, dude.
Yeah. Well, here's an interesting thought process, and hopefully it doesn't derail us too much from our rankings. But you know, as we know, as pinball players, there is a newer game that's designed by the same guy, by Stern, Stranger Things, that people have said it's very much like Attack from Mars, but people hate it compared to Attack from Mars. So maybe figuring out why Attack from Mars is an S is comparing as to why a game that has very similar layout that just recently came out is so much worse than Attack from Mars.
I like the Stranger Things because it's like the
Attack from Mars.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It's a diet version.
That's what it is.
The Dollar General version.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the 5 subs. Thank you very much.
Apples and oranges, man.
It's the pinball. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Stranger Things is basically a sizzle in my eyes.
I got to stream that one from Wedgeshed a couple weeks ago, though, and sitting on that with the newest code and just playing it for 3 hours, it was a lot of fun. And out of the box, I did not like that game. And I think it's probably the sequel, you know, everyone's like, oh, Psycho is the best movie ever. But have you seen Psycho 2? There's a lot of good things in it. You know, nobody says that. Everyone's comparing it to the original games. And of course, it's never going to hold up.
Well, also,
Attack from Mars, let me tell you, there's a book. The book was before all of it.
Okay.
There's an Attack from Mars book?
Attack from Mars was an original theme, though, which is why it kind of, I think, is better also. It's original, it's campy, it's not something like... that they just.
Is it just me or a lot of people who haven't played it?
Everything to.
Do people think it's based off the movie Mars Attacks, though? Because when I'm first introducing people to pinball, I like to put them on that game. You know, Medieval Madness, Monster Bash. There's a lot of good games that you can bring somebody in and turn them into a weirdo like us. And I like to pick Dr. Mars. All these new players think that it's based on Mars Attacks, which came after the game, if I'm not mistaken.
You can tell them that
It's a good thing it isn't.
You can tell them that Tim Burton stole the idea from the pinball machine.
Hot take.
Pinball came first.
All right, so it's been a half hour.
Agree, it's S.
And we've got before.
It's been a half hour for Attack from Mars.
Andrew, I was thinking the same thing.
The F tier game.
Let's
Just throw it to the top.
S.
sure.
Raise your hand.
S.
Just rip the
S.
band-aid off, y'all.
We have a lot of pinball machines here. We have
that's exactly right. So we're 30 minutes in and have gotten through 4 games, so we probably should try to cut the combo down just a little bit so we can get through in like 5 hours.
Coffee.
I can be here all day.
I gotta work at some point today.
I should also work.
Dude, I'm in it for the long run, baby. Let's go.
Oh, we must be made
All right, next
serious.
game.